Hey guys, sorry, I'm just gonna take this off here. So it's like, I don't even know, probably about 4 a.m. right now. And, I can't really sleep because my mind's kind of rapid through things, and I just want to share this moment with you guys. So I'm just thinking, like, if I could have, like, a time frame to kind of address the world in an aspect, like on television or something like that, or what have you. You have just a few moments to pass on one vast knowledge. What would it be? And I think for me, it would stem to mental health and correcting that. Now, like, if you like if I could speak to that about that, like, I know white boy talking about a mental health, like, as a white male, in a sense, I cannot systematically even begin to understand what you, as a visual minority in the world, go through on a day-to-day basis. I could never, ever relate to that. I mean, I'm a visual minority because I'm transgender, but that's it. I, as a white person, can't speak on behalf of a person of color going through what they are going through. Male, trans, female, trans, white, black, Hispanic, what have you, whatever your monumental background is. I cannot talk on behalf of you, but if you just stop and think about one thing, every heinous, violent act, okay, if we think about every heinous, violent act that's happened in the world, especially today, speaking of specifically what's going on across America with police brutality and the ridiculousness of the systematic racism, positions of power and everything like that. If we even look at just that specific detail, if you think about it, it all stems down to mental health and mental illness. And I don't mean in the sense of the victims. If we think about how many men, women, and children, and those alike, or in between, we've lost, specifically in the last year, due to mental illness. It's across the board. It's not just mental illness on yourself, those we've lost due to depression, okay? And suicide and those things. We've lost a ridiculous amount of youth specifically through that. But if you go across the board even to those youth, those visual minorities in the States that we've lost this last 12 to 24 months, it is a monumental amount, and it is disgusting, and it's ridiculous. But if you think about it, mental health and mental illness all stem from the same thing. Your mentality, everything that you know, stem from one place and one place only. What is between my fingers right now? Your brain, your mentality is inside of you. Every piece of information you know is inside of you right this second, okay? And you're constantly expanding, you're constantly vibing, okay? Now think about it. When that goes ill, if your mentality, your mental health is not at a standpoint that is a positive view, of course everything's going to go downhill from there. Of course, you're going to fall apart. There's no doubt of it. Mind over matter is more than just a saying. So if you think about it, we take, as a society, a better responsibility about those we put into a position of power, specifically as, I mean right now, your policemen, those that have the position of power of a higher weapon more than just your brain and your intelligence. You have a physical weapon that can cause harm to an individual, okay? You're putting that into the hands of people that you don't even know. These men, women, and children, a lot of them, yes, there are good cops out there that are meant to do this. They want to do this. That is their livelihood. And then there's others that, because of the craziness of the job, the demand of the job, the things that happen on a day-to-day basis, they snap. And things are brushed under the rug on a regular basis, and you forget about that. So if we as a society take the positions of power and their mental health way more seriously, okay, the world will change and there will be less violence. That is my point of view for today. If you think about it that way, mental health is everything, and we need to stop sweeping it under the rug, so to speak. Mental health is everything. If you think about it, if you took a vast poll of the population, just the general population, you take that number, okay, and then you ask each and every individual to tick off whether or not they've personally been affected themselves or with someone they love, a loved one, someone they know, due to cancer. The same question with heart disease. Now the same question with mental health, violence. Okay, you know how many people that, of the vast majority of that population, is going to say check yes on the violence and the mental health? Themselves or someone they love has suffered from some form of a mental breakdown, mental illness. Every human being is affected by that. So all I'm saying is everyone needs to take your own mental health into perspective. Drop the position of power and money over one another and vibe and get to that center core and that center goodness. And life is what you make it, so make it good. Try not to focus on those negative annotations and vibe well. World, listen to me and say, my mental health is the most important thing, as is every individual on the on Earth. 7 billion of us. There's a vast population. And we can keep that going with positivity and good mental health. That's all I have to say. I'm heading to bed now. All I can say is love yourself and be yourself and do you, and that's all you can. When you leave this earth, I want you all to be able to look back and know you did your best and you left the earth with as little. You took from the earth as little as possible, and what you took you gave back in a mental state, physical state, what have you. Do you and do what you can do best. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Peace, peeps. Good morning, good night, what have you.